Yo, yo, yo! Hazy here. Last run, we managed to defeat Mom's Heart with Lazarus, and we got our first ever emblem on a post-it note. Let's go ahead and do a little, Eden? No, it's too soon for Eden. Let's just do Isaac on hard mode. Try to, get Mom's Heart killed with Isaac. Wrath is gonna kill himself on a bomb, which is wonderful. We're gonna get the Spirit Heart and get a bomb returned. We're not gonna pick up either one of these Spirit Hearts. Tinted Rock, what did I call that? Sorry, I've been talking a lot today, and I don't know if I'm making much sense. We're gonna get a Tinted Rock. I might have called it a Spirit Rock. If I didn't, just ignore me. Dead Tooth. Halitosis. This is going to do a little bit of poison damage when we get close to enemies. Pretty bad, but we are going to use it in the early game to deal with some of the weaker enemies that are just kind of annoying and don't necessarily pose a huge threat. We're getting achievements on achievements. We have 3 Spirit Hearts already lying on the ground, which is insane for this early on in the game. It means we're going to be very healthy. We're almost guaranteed to deal with the devil on the next floor. So we're looking at a very potentially strong run at this point. Use a little halitosis. Get him with some nice little poison chip damage there. And we're against Gurglings, which are one of the harder bosses you're going to find in the basement. Not including the cellar. If we're including the cellar, they're not too bad in terms of the other crop, but just on vanilla basement, Gurglings gonna be one of the harder ones you're gonna have to go against. But this one is trapped, so you know it's pretty free from here on out. Taking just a little hit there, so no big deal. Let's go ahead and backtrack a little bit, picking up these Spirit Hearts. We have a ton of bombs, so let's search for the secret room. And also now we have quite a bit of sense as well. This makes the shop somewhat viable. I am going to wait to use our key, however. We have so many bombs, getting that one tarot card actually might be worth it for a bomb. Why not? Let's go ahead and try it. I know a super secret room can't be there, but we might as well place it there for good practice. And then if I had to guess where the super secret room is, I would guess it was right where this rock should be, but secret rooms can't appear in inaccessible locations, so that rock would make it unable to be there. And then I'm not sure where it would be other than that, so, you know. Oh. We did take a point of damage there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. We might be getting a little bit too ballsy with halitosis. I might be, using it a little bit too aggressively. Today's been a pretty good day so far. I beat the second boss in Hades, and it's only my 3rd run ever, so I don't mean to inflate my own ego, but I think that game is coming pretty naturally to me. A game that is not coming naturally to me is, well, I guess The Binding of Isaac right now, but in all seriousness, Spelunky. That game is crazy hard. Spelunky 2 is taking me through the ringer and not showing any mercy. Gonna adjust the microphone location just slightly there. Okay. And it was wise that we ended up saving our first key so that we might as well use it here. We are going to re-roll a little bit for something worthwhile. That's good enough. Penetrative shot and shot speed up. Penetrative shot is really, really good generally. It lets you hit multiple enemies per shot, so it increases the amount of damage you're able to do to large groups of enemies. And then a speed up is also pretty nice, especially with halitosis, if we do want to try to use it a little bit more aggressively. I had an interesting class today. It was at 8:30 in the morning. It was my first official Zoom class. Most of my classes don't actually hold online lectures. They're just online classes that are asynchronous with the material we're learning. So they post lectures, we watch them. It's not like a Zoom meeting. But this one was a Zoom meeting because of the new executive order in Michigan where we can't actually meet for class. Because for this particular class, I was meeting in person on Mondays. So we had our first online class. It was a little bit awkward. The pacing of the class and how the teacher was presenting the material. A lot of awkward silences, but it was pretty, wasn't too bad, I suppose. We did take a lot of damage on this floor. We took, 3 hearts total, which is an insane amount at this stage in the game. But I will gladly take Guppy's head for 1 heart container. Guppy's head's gonna let us get flies every single room. And because we almost have 30 cents, we're gonna see what's going on in the shop. We can re-roll stuff, and we have quite a few bombs, like I mentioned. You gotta also remember that we do have a small guppy chance, so why not? And why not here as well? We do have a small guppy chance, that's why I picked up the fly and spider empowerment item. And what I was gonna say is, gotta remember, when we're making some of these percentage plays, like that shot play right there, we're not going for dark room or chest, we're going for the womb. So it's not so much to make our builds based on longevity, it's to make our builds spike at the womb, you know? We want our power level to be as strong as possible at the womb, so we don't really want to leave any cents unless we're donating, which is an investment for future runs. We're not going to want to hold on to too many resources until the womb. Also, I forgot to mention that the empowering abilities is actually, the empowering flies and spiders is pretty strong for us because we have Guppy's head. I completely forgot about that. Lard is going to give us quite a bit of HP, but it is going to give us a speed down. We have gotten a speed up, so we are at a net neutral for our starting speed. I believe Isaac starts with 1. We're going to take damage here. What are you going to do? Obviously, position better. That's what you're going to do. You're not going to ask rhetorical questions that have real answers. And let's go ahead and just face down the boss immediately. We're going to get a cube of meat from this, which is nice. Gotta let this poison clear out a little bit before we make any aggressive moves. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse can pose threatening at times, but I don't think we're able to face off against any of the champion versions just yet, this early on in the game. So all of them we face should be fairly straightforward to deal with. And we get another deal with the devil, which is really quite lucky. We had a 33% chance to get it. There's a chance we get guppy items out of this Whoa, we got a guppy item. It's gonna really hurt our health, but this puts us 1 item off of guppy, which is pretty darn good. We're only losing 3 red hearts for it, so you know, we definitely have room to get our health back over the course of this run. And if we do get guppy, that's pretty much game over, especially with piercing shots. Guppy synergizes really well with piercing shots because they can hit multiple enemies and give you multiple flies. What have your guys' quarantine schedules been like? As the quarantine meta? The quarantine meta is an interesting thing. So it started with people not really knowing how long they're going to be in quarantine. So they're like, let's whoop it up. Maybe do a little day drinking. Maybe wake up hungover on a Wednesday. Maybe eat some chips because ha ha ha, we're not going to see anybody for 2 weeks. So who cares if I have the extra pounds on my belly, you know? But then that meta quickly, the vibe of quarantine quickly switched off of a playful, and not that it's a joke at all, it's a serious pandemic, but it switched from ha ha ha, how long is this gonna last? A couple weeks. This is kind of cool. This is kind of like the biggest event that's happened to us in a couple years, so it's interesting to how do we live in self-isolation and maintain a sense of sanity and self. Good things have come from that. Bad things have come from that. The beginning of quarantine, probably gained like 5, 6, 7 pounds, something like that. But now I'm kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'll just work out a bunch. It has made my final semester of college kind of, what am I doing? Kind of bizarre. This was not the play I intended, but I accidentally hit Q. Some of my classes are drastically easier because they are online, and some of them are not drastically harder, but noticeably harder. The drastically easier classes, and I'm gonna completely be straight with you. College in 2020, except for the weeder classes and some degrees such as engineering and stuff, but I would say 75% of majors, college is not substantially harder than high school. It's just maybe a little bit more workload, but the grading, maybe I went to a pretty decent high school, not to, you know, flex my muscles. I think we were like, I don't know, maybe number 14, maybe number 12 in Michigan, something like that. Something low, I believe. Don't quote me. Definitely in like the top, you know, 90th percentile. But grading in college is not something that is horrible. Again, like I said, except for weeder classes and certain majors have hard classes, obviously. But as an economics major, first couple classes, weeder classes, they were hard. I was learning like what economics is, like what the basis for all like economic analysis is, things like this. But then after those first couple classes, I, you know, was pretty proficient, and I was able to definitely not coast by my classes, but do them without worry, I should say. And then that mentality, once you put that completely online, makes certain classes pretty easy. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel bad for the people that had to take all their preliminary classes and their gen eds, because those tend to be the hardest grading, because you're learning all new material and it's the first time you're on a little bit of a heavier workload class, being a college class. If you have to take that online, that might suck. For me, I'm taking my capstone online, which is all independent work anyways. And we have died for the first time. This is not a run that I am fearful of losing, but we have definitely made a lot of stupid mistakes, partly because I'm commentating on the education system. I think we just found kind of an interesting exploit, though. We got double the amount of money we would have gotten from this fight because we left a little guy up after Greed died. I don't know if that exploit is useful at all, but it's definitely there. So that's kind of interesting. I would appreciate a damage up, to be honest. In the damage department, we're not packing a lot of heat. We're kind of tickling guys. But that's okay. We have a lot of lives, and that's what matters. Arcanist Cookbook. We'll pick it up so that we get a better chance at getting Bookworm. But other than that, we're just gonna say no way, Jose. So to wrap up my grand analysis about my semester, some classes have become slightly easier. Some classes have become slightly harder. The harder ones being classes where you need a lot of, this could be kind of bad. Not gonna lie. We are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage because we're going to be able to pierce through one of these guys and hit the other one. But we are barely dodging all of these attacks, and they're a little bit too spread out. Okay, let's try again. Maybe we use the cube of meat a little bit aggressively here. Cube of meat plus halitosis, getting in quite a bit of burst damage close range. Oh. That was a close one. I'm on my toes now. I am playing to win. I'm not playing to talk about school. Whoa! I actually can't believe I got hit by that. I thought I dodged it. Well, that's okay. We proved in that fight that we can do it. Now it's about execution. I'm feeling very bad about this. I'm starting to have my doubts, and that's the most dangerous part, right? We want Cube of Meat to do a lot of damage. I don't think we could have avoided damage there, to be honest. That almost was horrible. And we're dead, but we got him. Okay, that's what matters. We got him. Woo! That was scary. So now we have Spirit of the Night, which means we have Spectral and Flying. Spectral Tears and Flying. And we also have Piercing Tears from the previous item, so we're not weak by any stretch of the imagination. We just have a really rough HP problem. And that could be somewhat fixed with this room. If this room is good to me, we may be walking out of here and never have to use another life. I'm not gonna have enough bombs though, but I think it is worth it to blow these up. For the potential I get in a spirit heart. Yeah. Did not work. Because right now we're playing for the guppy chance. And at the moment, it's very hard to complete floors without taking red heart damage in our current situation. So this is going to be a little bit rough. We were able to, like, cheese the, okay. We can't blow him up. We have the chariot. And I'm going to take the spirit heart. And I'm going to donate a lot of cents. No, I'm not going to donate a lot of cents. I'm going to donate 1 cent. Not even cents. Cent. I would love a damage up. A damage up right now could really pull us from looking like a wannabe. Oh, what a great item for us here. What a great item. That's a little bit facetious. Sarcastic. Okay. Let's go ahead and face Loki. Luckily, Loki is not that hard of a boss. So we should be able to do it pretty easily. I am so weak, I have not been able to just blow up bomb flies through miscellaneous shots, which is normally how I deal with this enemy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, chariot it up. I thought this was more worth it than potentially losing our 18% deal with the devil, but we didn't get it anyways. But that's okay. Next floor, we should have a higher deal with the devil chance, and hopefully we do not take any red heart damage through the floor, and maybe, just maybe, we get the guppy dream, and we're living dandy. One of the strategies is going to be to just sit in locations where enemies can't hit you, and just tickle them to death. We got another bomb, which is kind of nice. Couple more bombs. How did we get here? We had one of the... Whoa! Sorry, that was probably loud. Whoa! Is that better? I'm still experimenting with how loud I can actually get before my mic peaks with my current OBS filter, which takes out most of the noise from my mouse and keyboard. You know, I'm probably should be killing all the poops and fires, considering the fact that poops this game, this run, have given me 2 spirit hearts, which is insane. I think the chances of getting a spirit heart from a poop, it's either 5% or it's 5% once the heart drop has been rolled already. It might, so it might be like a 1% chance total to get a spirit heart from a poop. If I had to guess, this is the floor that's gonna do a small amount of damage to me. Or this is the room, I should say. I think this is a library. Have we already been to the shop? Library with the Bible. Which actually, does the Bible, I was gonna look it up, but I don't think we actually need to. Does the Bible one-shot It Lives? I know it one-shots Mom. But if it also one-shots It Lives, there's an argument to be made for taking the Bible. Beautiful. And things are looking just like that. Just like that. Things have taken a turn for the better. And we are actually competitively in this run. This is a room I'm definitely intrigued by if we can get more bombs. And I had the reaction time of a geriatric right there, but that's okay. We have... The game has given us a chance in the form of spirit hearts. Let's not taint it. More spirit. The game is so generous. The game is being so incredibly generous to me this run, and I have not been as appreciative as I should be. Some more bombs. Bumba. Why? Why? This is the simplest room to avoid damage, and you're taking hits for reals? This would be the simplest room to avoid damage if we could do any damage. Normally on the depths, you would be killing these things pretty quick. And don't worry, I do see the tinted rock right here. I just didn't want to mess up the trajectory of those roly-polies to do something a little bit unexpected. Keep your hands where I can see them, please. We're just going to let this guy pass so that he does not blow up on me with our halitosis. There's some halitosis for you. Playing this room extremely safe. These are actually the one enemy we're like perfectly designed to kill, and doesn't pose a threat. Lazy worm. Do not want this. So what happens if we don't get Guppy? How do we win the run if the game... There we go. The game is starting to answer me a little bit. And provide a little bit of explanation for this measly damage score. Hypothetically, we don't get Guppy. And how do we win the game? By playing shopkeepers until they give us an item that makes the game easy. None of this made the game easy. Wait, what does this do? Does this give us a trinket? The faded Polaroid? Every once in a while we fade out and become camouflaged, I think. That means this is another library up no. What is this? Could be a reroll. I think I would have taken a run reroll in that situation because we would have kept the extra lives from 9 lives and probably gotten more health and most likely more damage as well. Yeah, that's... Wait, what? But still not what we want. We'd rather just have Guppy's head. Okay, let's go ahead and take on Mom. Hopefully things go pretty well here. Main plan of attack is to let her hit her foot on the ground, let that attack happen, and then use Cuba Meat to deal some pretty good chunk damage to her afterwards. So you can see, you know, that was like probably about 1/8 of her health right there. Oh, got hit by that one. But you know what? I don't care. And actually, the little Steven damage up is definitely noticeable. Or Steven, rather. Took a lot of damage. Again, I seem to be saying that a lot. And you know what, fellas? We have... How hard do I want to go on this? Do we need... So we are Guppy. With 2... Spirit Hearts. Let's not take the other item, even though it could have been viable, giving us more flies. I don't think we need it. And now the game just got exponentially easier. We went from being extremely weak to definitely ahead of the curve for this point of the game in terms of the amount of DPS we're able to put out with our fly combinations. Our health is still, you know, we make a mistake and we die, essentially, which is a little bit tense, but our damage more than makes up for it, I think. And I think with the fact that we have 4 lives left, or actually 5 lives, this should not be a loss. But I will knock on wood. Which I didn't do. Obviously, you can see I did not knock on wood. But it's just an expression, so, you know, don't take it too seriously, guys. I cannot wait to get to the next boss room and to one-shot the boss. It is going to be glorious. Let's take Bob's rotten head because we don't really need Guppy's head anymore. Nice, nice, nice. And now the game is kind of methodical, and it's a little bit relaxing. I'm just going in rooms. I'm trying to get as many flies as possible, and I'm going at a pretty quick pace. It's nice. It's relaxing. It's a good time. This room might kill me. Ooh, did not kill me. Rooms like that, I know I can just like pause for a second and time out when I'm gonna run and avoid damage most of the time, but quite frankly, I'm not that patient. I'd rather just brute force it and take the 50-50, which is pretty bad mentality, but it's the mentality I have. This is one of the only bosses we cannot one-shot. Oh, but he just gave us an opportunity to. So this is actually probably one of the worst bosses we could have faced, actually, which is a weird thing to say about Skolex, but because we're not able to do consistent damage with our flies, we kind of have to wait him out. And he only needs to land one shot to actually, you know, do me in for that life. We are one syringe item off of Spun. For a second I thought that might have been Spun for us, but was not. That would actually be insane. Our damage would go up insane amounts. We have not used Bob Shot in Head once. That's okay. Speaking a little bit about quarantine, I'm not sure if I ever finished that trail of thought, but one of the bad things about quarantine is I feel like it's very, very easy to develop some bad habits. Obviously. But, for instance, one bad habit I've developed in quarantine is I just took a shower before doing a little bit of filming. And in the winter, it's easy for me to get a dry scalp. And there's a very easy preventative measure I can take, which is using cold water to wash my hair. And dry scalp, completely neutralized. However, warm water feels so much better. And I had been using cold water for years, so I never realized how good warm water on the scalp felt until during quarantine. I was like, well, I'm not really seeing a lot of people. If I have a dry scalp until the next time I shower, which will be the next day, is that a big deal? But now that I have felt the wonderful warmth of lukewarm to semi-warm shower water on my scalp, I cannot go back. I have cursed myself. That's not entirely true. I used cold water today, but oftentimes in quarantine I've just decided to opt for the warm water option because it feels so darn good. Okay, let's try to do this without taking any damage. She is almost dead. We're in an interesting spot. Normally I don't stand here for the Mom's Heart fight, but we're doing so much damage. Does it really matter? We just can't get hit by... Wait, okay, we won. We've defeated 2 bosses like that. That's the power of Dead Cat. We have defeated Mom's Heart as Isaac. I'll let the animation play us out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you like the content of the channel. Comment if you want to have a conversation. We'll talk about anything under the sun. I'll see you guys.